I can't remember where that beat came from. That's a really nice beat though. I think that might have been, I don't know what kind of beat that was. I can't even remember.
Mm.
But I like that song though. I think it's nah. I was like, did we do a video for that? It might be a different. I don't know. And I was actually sitting here editing videos too.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, what are you doing? I
Yeah,
think you're working on video.
I was editing this video
You
real
doing
quick.
another vlog?
Yeah, yeah. I kind of try to shoot every day that I go out. I try to shoot something because I'm in the DR, so I know it's gonna be different than Atlanta no matter where I go.
Mm.
So we went out to the Melicon last night. I got splashed by the ocean. That was
Oh, yeah, you already
crazy.
told me about that.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I can't forget about it. It's different when you go to the beach. You can expect it, but when you just standing there and the wave came up over the thing and just crashed, I was like, oh my god.
You're the guy that I've been talking to about the Lego stuff.
Man, I think that's cool, man. You spreading your wings, you're gonna be super
Yeah,
rich.
that's one of the cars that I'm doing and stuff like that. There's an edit.
You
I
edit.
added like one of my beats to it. You can hear it.
Wait a minute.
It was like a 15-second edit because I just wanted to make it like a
Ah, and you put your beat to it. Oh, that beat, your beat
yeah,
crazy.
because it sounded good and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm live on YouTube and on Instagram, so
Oh, doing two at the same time.
at the same damn time. Yeah. I'm gonna try that. I was doing Bigo and
Is
Instagram.
that on the same? Is that on the same channel?
Yeah. StyleKing
Oh,
Marco. You see
I
it?
think. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Oh my. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to find it. Oh, there it is.
They better put them together.
Oh yeah, you're lying.
You see
I'm
it?
about to say, what's the name? Wait. Wait.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so I guess I can start getting into the topic for the live then. The topic for the live today is gonna be racism and feminism. Are they the same thing? Were they made by the same people? Why nobody realizes that? So, yep. Get back at me, man. I get back on live. But yeah, so that's the topic for today's live. Feminism and racism, are they the same thing? Now, just to keep race out of it for real, because it's not really about racism what the topic is today. It's just a comparison. I thought about this probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I was having a discussion with somebody I really respect, and we were talking about just different things with feminism and how things are changing so fast. And then I don't know, it's just something dawned on me. I was like, wow, the same exact tricks, the same exact playbook is that was used with racism from the Jim Crow era from before that to now, the same games, manipulation, gaslighting. I wish I had wrote down some notes because this is a really good topic. But all of those games, all of that gaslighting is really just the same game. It's just reorganized and repackaged. And at the end of the day, we know who's gonna be the victim of those manipulative tactics. So, as a person that is affected by that, I have to keep in mind when I'm talking to people. So, I really don't even talk about it because the most people that are affected by it are people like me. And well, like I said, feminism seems like a lot of women of color in our country are siding with the feminism part, which goes against their other halves. So it's just really complicated. But if you don't realize that it's happening, it's kind of like that's why they say that we live in a matrix because we have so many things, so many moving parts going on at one time. And you have the establishment people and the people that support the establishments that try to hold you back. They tell you that you trying to be a victim. They say that you don't want to take accountability. But me personally, I know people that are like that. But me personally, I've worked my butt off for a long time and been discriminated against. I've had a lot of things happen to me. So, but it doesn't stop me. It keeps me, I keep going. But I mean, I'm a fighter. I played basketball, football, baseball, I ran track. So, a challenge to me is I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep fighting. So, eventually, yeah, I've been able to get somewhere. But why would it take me 10 years to do something when somebody else, a woman or a Caucasian person, can do it in 30 days or 2 months? That's ridiculous. And that's why people are frustrated. That's why people give up because it's pretty dumb. I think these days you have more choices, so that's really good. But still, you have to fight. You have to be a fighter. If you're not a fighter, then what's the point? So I would like to see if anybody has any questions or comments about this topic because if you don't realize that that's even going on, then you're gonna be lost anyway. I think a lot of passport bros might need to realize that as well because we fight each other in the United States. Oh, you need to stay and deal with the women and it's your fault and this and that. I don't have any kids. I'm 40 years old, no kids. Why would I stay and fight? That's crazy. If you live your life the way you're supposed to live, if you don't have children everywhere out of wedlock, if you save your money, if you are doing the right thing by yourself, then don't destroy yourself because other people aren't trying to do the same thing. It's a lot of us that are working our butts off to have a better life. And I've seen it in my own family. I've seen black men work their butts off for my dad worked his butt off for 50 years to provide something for me. And my grandfather, I saw him work in the Navy and become a preacher and work and take care of his family. And that's all a lot of guys want to do. That's why it's a passport bro movement because guys just want to take care of their family. But if you can't find anybody to have a family with and everybody just want to be single and do OnlyFans and be porn stars, then who? I'm so thankful that I had a mother that was a good mother. I mean, I'm sure she made mistakes in the past, but when I was around, she was a great mother. She did her job. She held it down. She held down the family. Came to support me at my football games, my basketball games, my baseball games, my track meets. She was there, and she still got a job. She still works. She's a teacher, um, full time mother, full time teacher. People just lazy. Like nobody wants to do anything these days. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to take care of their family. So to me, when they say, "Why don't you just make a family?" Like that's crazy and irresponsible for me to make a family with a woman that doesn't want to be a wife, doesn't want to take care of a family. Like, I thank God that I wasn't raised by a woman that cared more about herself than me. Like, that's what I see in families. Like, parents that care more about their kids than themselves. Like, that want to see their kids successful. At the end of the day, your kids being successful equals you being successful. If you're not taking care of them and looking out for their best interest, then that's what frustrates me off the top. Frustrating. So, I mean, it's all good. I don't have to have a family. That's cool. I don't want to bring a kid into the world that's worse off than I was, and because I know how hard it was for me. I know how hard it is for anybody on this planet just to live, eat every day. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to do a lot of different things. And if you don't have anybody to help you with that, things are gonna be really rough, especially once you hit 50, 60, 70 years old. That's why I like Kevin Samuel so much. I listen to him. I would listen to him before he even blew up because as soon as I heard his message, I said, "Oh wow, somebody's actually saying what needs to be said." And he had a presence, so that was really good, and I appreciated that because we need a change. I think everybody. I don't think it's just black people. I think it's everybody needs to step up, be better people, be more accountable for their actions. And that's why I said something about racism because right now, the only people we really hold accountable are black men. We hold black men accountable. You got to go to prison. You got to serve your time. You get out, you still a criminal, stuff like that. We hold them accountable. Oh, oh, he did what? He made a wrong move. Oh, he's a criminal, right? We do that, but everybody else just do what they want. Like we people blame white men for things, but accountability is not blaming somebody. Accountability is, oh, I did wrong. Okay, I have to atone for that. I have to pay or I have to show my so some kind of empathy through action. That's how you atone for your crimes and things like that. You don't just say, "Oh yeah, that's messed up." It's like me if I saw an elderly person and then I accidentally pushed them over and they rolled down the hill and died. I'm just like, "Oh man, that's messed up." And I just keep on about my day. Like that's not accountability. Accountability is what they're gonna do when they find out who did it. They're gonna come get me and make me be accountable. So that's what I mean. But that's life for certain people. And it's okay. Like I said, I'm okay with that because I can survive pretty much anything, I think. But everybody can't. Everybody's not going to be a go getter. Everybody's not going to work hard. And we can't change that. So now the feminism aspect, I don't think a lot of the women knew that that's what they were doing because it was looked at more like a joke. Like, oh, we're smart, men are dumb, blah, blah, blah. It's funny, but then now, 60, 70 years later, it's not so funny. When people really believe what they're saying, they really believe that they should be making all the decisions, leading the households, and then turn around and say they want a leader. Like it's crazy. What's up, guys? Y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns? If not, then I just keep on editing this video. I know y'all gonna catch it on the replay. I see the replays are catching a little stream, so a little steam. Excuse me. Till next time. Stop. Oh, they gonna hit me with the copyright strike for that shit. Man, I got a copyright strike on my last video for my own music. Till next time. Stop. But yeah, y'all check me out, man. I got videos dropping for my new vlog. Hanging out in Santo Domingo, hanging out in Samana, hanging out in Wandolio, going on different little excursions, eating really good food. Man, the food here is amazing. Not to get off topic, but the food here is amazing. Oh, you send the question in? Ah, well, little bro, racism kind of still exists. People just don't want to acknowledge it because it makes it's this big argument about victims and perpetrators and people. Like I said, nobody wants to be accountable. So that's why they don't think race. That's why they say racism doesn't exist. I remember I was working at a job and I was out working pretty much everybody in the job, and they had this Caucasian boy that they were trying to make a manager, but I was literally working to become a manager, and they didn't want me to be a manager. Of course, they wanted this Caucasian boy to be the manager, and I was working circles around them, joking, laughing. We had a great time. Everything was really cool. It's just why you're not getting the promotion because they're trying to give it to this guy, and he didn't even want the promotion. He was trying to hang out and do all this other stuff, and then I was asking him like, "What? Why do you think that they keep on trying to give it to you and you don't want it?" Because he was in school, he was trying to go to school. He didn't even want to manage the store, and he was like, "Well, I don't think it's racism because that doesn't exist. I think it's odd that a Caucasian person that created it, the racism, is now saying that it doesn't exist. That's really funny because how would you know? So I don't know. Yeah, I'm still alive. Racism exists right now. But that's a good question. I appreciate that, well, brother. I know it's not really in your realm, so that's understandable. It's kind of a deep topic, a really deep topic. But that's why I brought it up because it is a controversial topic, and I know people don't want to discuss it. I know people don't want to be realistic. But the funny part about the racism versus the um, racism versus feminism is that the same Caucasian guys that don't like feminism don't have a problem with racism. Half of them. Now, it's a lot of good Caucasian guys out there. I'll give it to them because I was raised with a lot of Caucasian people, so I know it's a lot of good Caucasian people. But it's the ones that are bad that nobody's checking. They just let it happen. They let the racism happen. So, and because they think it doesn't exist, so if you turn a blind eye to it, that's just like if it was a bunch of African people, African American people running around in America just like killing and just undiscriminately killing, then of course we would have to say it would be a problem. So it's the same thing. You have to check the people and make sure that you know what you're talking about. You can't just be out here saying, like, "Oh, it doesn't exist because I don't do it." It's like me saying meth, amphetamines don't exist because I don't do them, or saying that drugs don't exist because I don't do them. It exists. I just don't do it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, things are. It's racism and feminism. All that stuff is way more complicated than they're gonna teach you in the book because it's a mental tie. You really, hopefully, you don't have to deal with that, and that's really good. That's kind of why I'm even talking about it because I don't want people to go through life without realizing what's actually going on to what's actually happening. Because, like I said, feminism and racism is an attack on all of us. It's an attack on the whole world. The whole world is affected by it. So I don't think that it was created to attack the whole world. I think it was created for different reasons inside of our societies. But it has, with the internet and TV, it has leaked to the whole world, and now it's uncontrollable. Just like with how they say like the music industry, where it's the same thing. It's an industry. Yeah, yeah. Well, Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. That's just like that's during segregation. So that's not really segregation is a form of racism, but racism uh, is big. It's bigger than that. It's a way of thinking. It's a mentality. It's a system. It's systems and procedures, just like a business. That's what racism is. That's why it can still go on today because this systems and procedures that's been in place for a long time. People are used to doing things in a certain way for a long time, just like with feminism. Feminism been around not as long, but it's the same game. No problem, no problem. That's I'm glad you're asking so I can explain it in a sensible manner because it's the same exact thing. So, like I said, once you realize what's going on, it's a little easier to deal with or cope or whatever you have to do to make your life better and easier. It's easier that way to know. Because if you don't know, just like when I was working and I was like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm talking to this person, I don't understand why I can't move up in the fast food industry. You can't move up anywhere if you got if you trying to just like with I saw a clip of the Monique interview with Shannon Sharp, and she was complaining about the movie industry and how Caucasian people are holding her back in the movie industry. And if she was a Caucasian lady, she would be making all these millions of dollars and doing all this great stuff, which might be true. She might have a point. The only issue I have with that is you could make your own industry. We could have our own industries. We don't have to work for CBS or NBC. Just like this is YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. Google is owned by people, not me. I doubt it's owned by African Americans or Africans. I don't know, but I think it's a European company. Nothing against YouTube, but for me, that's like me coming on YouTube and saying, "Well, YouTube is." Thank you for the comment. That's like me saying YouTube is taking 30% of my money. That's unfair. But I'm a businessman. I'm a contractor. I can figure out how to make my own money. I can make my own business. I have my own record label. I have my own real estate company. I have my own everything. And I had to work myself to a point to get there. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They just want to work job to job to job and expect to have a great life and retirement and millions of dollars. That's not how it works. If you're a movie star and you've been starring in movies, you don't even have to have money necessarily. You can just start your own company and other people might help you or whatever you got to do or talk to the right people. It's a lot of things you can do in life to make yourself progress. And if you choose not to do that and you choose to keep working for people, I talk to people all the time. I talk to friends, associates, and I'm like, they're like, well, I wish I could be like you and just travel and do this and do that. And I got this problem and that problem. Yes, you do have that, but you have to put yourself in the mind frame to work past that. If I said, man, I worked at Jimmy John's for 10 years, they didn't give me anything besides my paycheck. That's the only thing I'm owed. It's up to me to save my paycheck. It's up to me to budget my money in a smart way. It's up to me to not go to the club tonight and spend all my money. That's that's me. Yes, I believe feminism is the same as racism. So, like I said, it's just a trick that you know most people have fallen for in order to achieve power. But when you fight to achieve power, sometimes you're doing that at the detriment of other people. And I think that's pretty well known. So I don't. I think, like I said, I understand it's a game that we're losing at, and the only way that you can win is to realize that you're even playing the game and that you're losing. So you got to realize what game is being played, and you have to adjust accordingly. And I mean, that's just me. That's how I see it. And can I explain feminism? Yeah, I kinda. So I mean, feminism is supposed to be women's rights. Women being able to vote and have a say. So that's really what everything's supposed to be about. Like if you American history, from what I remember, is supposed to be uh, people came over on boats looking for freedom, looking for religious freedom for persecution, and because they didn't have voting rights, they couldn't uh, go to the churches they wanted to. They couldn't. believe in the religions they wanted to believe in. So they came over here supposedly looking for freedom of all that, right? So it makes sense for feminism. It's the same thing. You want a right to vote. You want a right to go to school. You want the right to be able to live as a normal person. Same thing as the civil rights movement was. So I think everybody really wants that. Yeah, everybody really wants, freedom and to be able to move around like a person on the earth. I think that's very, very much ingrained in every human. So I just don't know where it comes from for everybody to want to hold each other back in order to obtain that. That's a crab in the barrel mentality. So that's why I try not to get caught up in color and sex as far as how people think, because your brain doesn't have a color, your brain doesn't have a sex. So I think everybody should be free to do as they please. It's just once people start getting a taste of the power that they could have, sometimes they go overboard. And I think that's what happened with racism and feminism. It just went totally overboard because it's kind of like the gang mentality. Once you start recruiting people and getting all these people on your side, and you get in your echo chambers, and people start talking, and they don't know how to stop them. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about freedom and equal opportunity, not taking over and destroying families, destroying the whole country. It's ridiculous at this point. I really don't like to talk about politics or any of that stuff because it's so controversial, and the people that get the most upset about it are the people that have the wrong viewpoint. You can have your viewpoint, but if you know that your viewpoint is negative, like, and you're filled with hate for other people, you know that's not right. When you were a child, you know that wasn't right. People tell you that that's not right, and you still do it because of what? Because you saw an internet post where if you look at social media and the news to get your feelings, then you're gonna have a problem anyway. Because they're gonna show you a slanted view. Just like if I watched nothing but hey babe, if I just, I mean, it's black content out there that's pretty negative towards Caucasians. If I only watch that, then I would think that way, but I don't because I have a little bit of a broader view of the world. Like I said, I don't hate anybody. I love everybody, but you have to protect yourself from the people that hate you because you don't know what's going on or why. That's just like if you're rich, if you're a rich male and you are out here just having fun and living your life, you have to watch yourself. You got to protect yourself from the feminist because you'll have a feminist that sneaks up in your camp and she'll sneak in your bed, and then next thing you know, 20 years later, you got to go to court because she didn't like the way you touched her butt on a Wednesday when you went to the mall. And it was on camera or something. So you have to be cognizant of all that. You always got to protect yourself, especially if you plan on having a future. If you don't care, then that's fine. That's what they want. They want you not to care, not to think. You have to. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, I just wanted to jump on real quick and let y'all, you know, think about this topic that I've been thinking about for a couple of years. I probably retouch this topic tomorrow or later on this week once I put a little bit more thought into it. I apologize that I didn't, but I was taking a nap early. I woke up and I was like, man, I gotta, I gotta talk about this for a little while. But yeah, man, where y'all at? Where y'all calling from? Where y'all coming from? I'm talking about calling. Hola, que lo que? Santo Domingo living. Yo, I guess I'm gonna get something to eat since my baby up now. Like I said, I was just sitting here editing videos and it came across my mind. Just in there. What's happening, Cali Park? Yeah, Cali Park in the building, man. You know what it is. Highway 29. Yeah. Boom. Man, you caught me right on time. I was just finna log off. I was talking about feminism and racism and how they the same plan, how it's the same exact thing. But I don't want to go back too far into it. But I know that you're a smart thinker, so you already know what's happening. Yeah, I was just saying, editing some videos. About to figure out what to eat now. Probably try to jump on some live. I might get back on Instagram live. Man, appreciate you, little bro. Everything has a price. I've always disagreed. No fault of mine. Anyone else were to offer you $1 million today for one of your eyes, would you say no? Even though the Almighty, though, is generous and wisdom, blessed us with two. Hey, this guy's crazy. What's going on? Bloop. Yeah, but so, hey, can you turn it off? Thank you, gracias. I'm on live stream. You can't be playing that. But yeah, so no, I would not give away one of my eyes, man. God bless me with two eyes. I need both of them. One of your eyes is for depth perception. Your other eyes for the other part. I can't remember, but you know what I mean. So it's a reason you have two eyes. You gotta have two for a reason. One, it'll still function, but you're gonna be straining with that one. You need two. But yeah. Man, yeah. My last live, I told you they took my monetization away because I had my own music playing in the background. I thought I could play my music. It's crazy. It's always something though. Everything out here for a reason. That's true. Everything's out here for a reason. I definitely that's kind of like the topic. All the reasons. I know it's a reason for the feminism. It's a reason for the racism. I just don't understand. I don't understand the people that like being in the middle. They're like, oh yeah, we in the middle. Let's just hold people down so we can stay in the middle. Hey, stay blessed, brother. Stay blessed. Scotland in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Love to Scotland, man. Shout out to Scotland. Like I said, I was born in Europe, so I have appreciation for that. So how do you get it back? What you mean get what back? How do we get what back? Sound like you got a good question. Let me know, Nisi, how we get what back. Do I have any more clips on here? Oh, well, I can't get it back for that video. It's just one video. They gave me a copyright strike for the music that was playing in the background, but it was my music. Yo, do you do a song of a sport you like and picture if you scoring? Okay. I love I love basketball. I like all sports though. I'm just a competitive person. Like I'm not necessarily competitive in the way like, oh, I'm gonna beat you and I wanna put it in your face. It's like more I just wanna beat everybody at everything. Just be the best period to myself. Like even if other people don't realize how good I am, I just I do it. So for my own self-aggrandizement. Yeah, that does sound like a good idea. You have a lot of good ideas, man. Keep making them beats too. You got some good beats, bro. You're killing it. When I heard that beat on the Lego thing, I was like, man, I wanted to get on that. I still gotta get on it. I just gotta get to a studio, bro. As soon as I get in the studio. Yeah, man. Just chilling. Food looks good, smells delicious, smells amazing. Sitting here editing videos in the penthouse. Bet. We gonna go live together. Looking at this footage. I need you to be my special guest on the show. For you guys to check out. Hey, baby Joker in the building. We got baby Joker in the building. She was asleep for about 6 hours. Cansada. Not at. Look at this. Okay, I see. Alright, man. I'll be back on. Y'all check in with me, man. Definitely check in with the Style King. I'm gonna be here covering topics. As soon as I bring it to you, you're gonna see it live. Let's do it. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna probably have some drinks later. Maybe I'll take y'all with me to like a little bar or something around the corner. It's actually a bar down the street. They ain't got no menus though, and I don't speak that good Spanish, so it was kind of. But let's see.